Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, zombies, robots, giants, ages, welcome. My name is Metal, and welcome to my mad scientist laboratory of a channel. Yes, my carnival of madness, my lair of insanity. Welcome to my channel. Now, there's lots to talk to you about today, so let's just jump right into it. The first thing I want to talk to you about is why I created this channel. Yes, the primary purpose is because of two primary questions that I've received a lot over time. The first one is a lot of people come to me and ask about, hey, what kind of mech games can I play? What mech games exist? Traditional, digital video games, especially video games. I can't tell you the amount of times that I go into channels. Yes, it's just that crazy. I go into whatever forums and people are like, oh, there's only one video game that you can play that's got mechs in it. It's like, no, there's actually a lot. And part of the reason I'm making this channel is so that I can turn around and say, hey, check it out. There's games over here, games over here, games over here. There's actually more than what you'd think. Multiplayer, single player, and there's a good number of traditional games. And I will be going into those, hopefully, in the future. Now, the second question that I get quite often is people come to me and they talk about, hey, robots seem to be expensive. Hey, I don't think I can build this because it requires, 3 master's degrees and insane knowledge and tons of years of experience. And I'm like, hold, no. Stop listening to Hollywood. Stop listening to all this crazy nonsense. Stop watching the cartoons and believing everything that you hear and see from, all these movies and all these video games. Actually, mechs and robots? Well, robots can be incredibly cheap. Robots can be very, very cheap. And it's one of the things I want to do with this is to not only sit down and teach you how to build your own little mechanical minion to take over the world. I mean, help people, yes. Make the world a better place. A very much so better place for me. Anyway. But also, I'm going to show off some of the robots that I'll be building and actually going through the process from start to finish of building my own robots so you can actually get a feel and understand that, yes, robots are not as hard to build as you'd think. And that's really cool. That's one of the major reasons why I started the channel. The next thing, of course, is thank you so much for the feedback. It's so cool. I've actually been brought aside by a person who actually wanted to take a look at my channel and sat down with me and gave me feedback on different things, which is actually really cool. Definitely on the Brick 'em Up series, he gave me a lot of information on the Brick 'em Up and be like, hey, you should do this. This would be a lot better. This would be a lot nicer. You should not do this. Do a little bit more of this. This would make it more interesting. This would make it more entertaining. Lots of information from people telling me different things, especially on the PRB chat, Project Rising Beetle. Really cool people, by the way, but I'll talk about those fine, wonderful folks in a moment. But lots of information, lots of learning, so that is what that is. Now, like I said, and like I want to avoid not doing, because I always watch shows and stuff on YouTube or whatever where people are like, I'll talk about that in about 10 seconds, and then it's 3 videos later they've never talked about it. So PRB, I actually want to give a shout out to PRB, Project Rising Beetle. Now, Project Rising Beetle, if you aren't aware, is a organization that's all about Metabots. If you're a big fan of Metabots, and they are growing rapidly. If you're a big fan of Metabots, I'd highly suggest checking them out. They're really, really cool. Really nice people. They really are very friendly if you want to see a bunch of cool stuff. And they're even doing a big project now where they're showing off all sorts of cool stuff, where they're building all sorts of cool stuff, actually. In fact, they just recently rigged 90 Metabots for use in VR chat. So if you ever see any of those little robots running around VR chat, there's a possibility it's a Metabot, and it's a possibility it's from PRB. And I will be most likely looking into showing them off in a later video, so definitely like and subscribe. Subscribe, click on the notification bell if you want to see stuff like that, because it's actually really cool. They've done a lot. In fact, there's all sorts of cool features on the Metabots, especially the newer ones, that I do want to show off because they are cool. They are really awesome. And if you've got a VR headset, they have even more features, and it's so cool. It's so awesome. You can be, right now, I think, like I said, I think it was like 90 different Metabots, and the list continues. In fact, as of recording this video, they are working on Robo Emperor, which in Japan is called, of course, Beastmaster. And if you want to see more on my take on that in LEGO, I do have 2 videos that you can watch. I'm going to try to put them in the description down below. Also with PRB, I'm going to put them down below. Definitely subscribe because I will be continuing to do more of that, and I will be increasing the quality and just making it so much more interactive, so much more fun. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, hit the notification bell, log in. The more people come in, the more people join the party, the more I'm going to be able to do in the future. YouTube rewards, interactivity YouTube rewards, all these cool things. And I really do want to be able to teach people how to make their own robots, how to do all sorts of really cool stuff, because robots can be incredibly useful. To give a really quick example, I'm actually working on a robot now that does things like help cook and can help, guard the house and stuff like that, which is really, really awesome. I'm working on finding tech that will allow me to actually log into it from anywhere in the world. So I can go ahead and say, hey, there's somebody here that shouldn't be here. Yeah, who are you? Scare the crap out of anybody who decides to come into a house unannounced. Robots are just really fun, and they're not really expensive either. Telecommunication robots are some of my favorite robots. And I do believe actually a variant of a telecommunication robot is possibly going to be my first robot that I'm going to build. And it's going to not just be a stick on a thing. It's actually going to be a character, something cool. So definitely subscribe if you want to see something like that, because, it's so far, it's coming out really great. But that brings me to the last part of this segment, and that is what I'll be doing now for the next several weeks, possibly the next couple of months. Like I said, I've been taking a lot of your feedback, and I greatly appreciate it. I never expected to get this kind of feedback. I just kind of expected to pop in and be like, okay, nobody cares, oh well. But no, I get people who will talk to me in chat, especially PRB. I post videos, I get cool people who come in and be like, hey, that's awesome, do more. I forget who it was, but I actually got somebody back into working on Lego, and not Lego sculpting specifically, but working with Lego and building really cool stuff. And I hope to see anybody who's doing that. Definitely I want to see the awesome stuff you do, especially if it's Metabots, especially if it's Mecha, because that's so great. On top of that, with all the information I'm working on, and I'm working on making things easier to work with, I'm trying to streamline as much as possible, but that's taking up a lot of time. But also on top of that, I'm working on college. A big, huge thing that I'm trying to make sure that I do well. Because obviously I'm actually going for my master's in robotics. I'm going for my master's. I have a bachelor's in programming. I'm trying to move forwards towards working on the electronics and the mechanics and stuff like that. I do have, support from individuals who know, or an individual who knows mechanics, so I can learn directly from that person, which is actually really nice, especially since they're responsible for some of the Disney rides and some of the Disney structures. If you ever go to Magic Kingdom in Florida, they've done some stuff. I think it's Magic Kingdom. I know they're actually partially responsible for the giant tree. And I've been in there, the giant tree of life. They did a portion of some of the calculations, some of the really hard math for that, so that it doesn't crumple under people's faces. And I've been in the Tree of Life. It's so cool. If you haven't been there, go check it out. It's awesome. Entirely artificial tree, but it's so cool. It is one of the coolest structures I've ever seen. It's so well done. But anyway, I'm rambling. But so here's what's going to happen. Since I'm running out of time right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be kind of rolling down. I won't be doing any major videos or anything until about April. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be posting anything. I'm actually looking into doing some really cool stuff, like little games and other cool stuff, some interactive work, possibly. I'm going to suggest again, just subscribe if you want to see what I have been cooking up, because it's actually really cool, some of the ideas I've had. So if you want to see that stuff, definitely, I would love to turn around and have some cool interactivity and stuff like that. So there may be some prizes, there may be some gifts, maybe giveaways, depending on what I have time for and what I can get away with. So I really hope to be able to do that. So anyway, that looks like I'm all out of time though. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate the feedback. I do appreciate everything. It's so freaking cool. I'm still like, oh, it's so awesome. Before I sound like a generic Minecraft YouTuber, and I'm going to get so much shade for that, but but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to say it again. I've probably said it way too many times, but subscribe, like, it helps me out tremendously. You have no idea how much it helps me out. It helps me out, help you, and help the world, because I really do want to make and teach so much robotics, so much technology, and really make a better world. So thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!